What is your trash television show? Is it Love is Blind, Love Island, maybe one of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Orange County, Atlanta, New York? For me, every summer, it's Big Brother. Now, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, Big Brother is still on TV? And the answer is yes. This is season 26. It started back in the year of 2000, and it shows currently on CBS or Paramount if you do like to stream. Now, some of the critics of Big Brother say that it's 3 different episodes between one and fiction. That's too long. I like something like Survivor that is quick and to the point. At every episode, someone leaves. But that's not all the fun of Big Brother. Having the 3 different nights gives you insight into how to win Big Brother and also to see the drama unfold. Now, some of you have probably never even seen Big Brother, so my goal is to kind of give you an overview of the show and how it works. And so that way, even tonight, you could tune in and feel relatively comfortable about what's going on in the episode and what to expect next. So first up, the structure. There usually in every season are about 16 different, what they call house guests, who move into the house, and they come from all over the US. And some of them may even be sun seekers because it's filmed in LA. Now, these 16 guests are all competing to win what originally was $500,000, but with inflation and everything, gets up to $750,000. You might be thinking, oh, okay, this sounds better than Survivor, where I don't have to live on an island and have to compete as a tribe, where I can live comfortably in a house with water, with plumbing and running water and food being delivered. But on the flip side, there are cameras all over the house to pick up every word, phrase, sentence, 24/7. And in America, the feeds only go down here and there, but they're always running and people can be watching at all time. So could you compete on Big Brother, being cut off from your friends, your family, any social media, and had every word up for interpretation and for America to listen? Well, for 26 years, or the 26th season, that has been happening, and we've been having contestants compete. So one of the biggest competitions is what I will start with, is called the head of household competition. And basically, this person is safe for the week, meaning they have zero chance of leaving the game. As you might remember from Spider-Man, who famously said in the movie, with great power comes great responsibility. This person, what they call HOH, or head of household, has to nominate 2 people up for eviction. Now, since they're all house guests and they live in the house, the way they do this is they have what they call a nomination ceremony. And essentially, the head of household goes out to everyone and says, it's time for the nomination ceremony. And they come and they have this box. And in the box, there lies 2 keys. And they start every nomination ceremony the same way by saying, this is the nomination ceremony. And in my box, there are 2 keys. And these 2 keys are people who are up for eviction. And as I turn their key, their name will pop up on the wall. So they turn the key, and boom, your face pops up on the wall. You don't want that. If you're competing, then that means you are possibly up for eviction. Now, some people might know they're up for eviction because there might be 2 sides of the house, or maybe they got in a fight, an argument with the head of household. Sometimes it could be called a blind side, meaning they had no idea. They thought that they had a good rapport, they had a good social game with this person, and now they're up for eviction. To even become the head of household person, you have to win a competition. And that competition could be endurance, meaning how long can you hold on to a rope with water being sprayed at you, maybe an obstacle course, or how to solve a puzzle, or maybe some type of quiz game where you have to try to guess how many marbles are in a jar, something like that. And that is who wins. So now you're up on the wall. Oh my goodness, you're nominated. but that doesn't mean all is lost. The second part of another competition is called the power of veto. Now, automatically, the head of household gets to play in the power of veto and the two nominees, because this gives them a chance to take themselves off what they call the block, right? Think of a house, there's this block where you might be evicted. And so it gives them a chance to save themselves. And usually 3 other house guests. So not everyone is playing. So these 6 house guests compete in another competition, which is pretty similar, some type of fast-paced obstacle course or puzzle. And that person wins what they call the power of veto. Now, if you're on the block, that is what you want to win, because you just guaranteed safety for yourself, that you could take yourself off. If you didn't win, maybe one of your allies won and they will use it on you. Fingers crossed. But who really wants to win it is that head of household, because they want all the power for the whole week. Now, this head of household might do this other type of thing called backdoor. Now, this is getting complicated, high level Big Brother, but I know you can handle it. I mentioned that 2 people are on the block to be eliminated. Only 6 people get to compete. I mentioned in the beginning, there are 16 different house guests, and every week someone goes home, so maybe there's 13 that week. Maybe if I'm head of household, my target, I'm not going to say up for nomination, because then they get to play in that veto competition, could win, and be safe. I might be thinking a long-term strategy for the week, with the idea that they don't get to play in that veto. I win, or one of my allies wins that veto, and they take one of my fake targets or someone off the block. And then I can nominate my real target, because there's no other competitions that week to save themselves. Then comes Thursday night, which is the live eviction with Julie Chen. Now, surprisingly, in 26 seasons, only one episode she's ever missed. And then they have the live vote. That person gets evicted, and then they're out of the house and out of the game. Once we get down to the top 9 or top 7, those people stay in jury, and they help decide the winner, similar to Survivor. So today's Wednesday. Tonight, you can watch that veto competition, and they'll give you a rundown of who won head of household to help prepare you for tomorrow's episode about who's going to be evicted and who will become the next HOH. I hope now you can tune in to My Trash TV, a Big Brother. Back to you.